Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning into the Financial Investor channel. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be covering Marcus by Goldman Sachs Certificate of Deposit. Last week I did a video going over their high yield savings account and their certificate deposit. After doing that video and finding out that I can actually have a no penalty certificate of deposit making me a 2.15% annual percentage yield, I decided, hey, that's a great idea. It's beating my high yield savings account. So in this video, we're going to be going over how much you would make in interest over the course of 13 months. Had you invested $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000 into your certificate of deposit, and we're going to go over how to open your own certificate of deposit over at Marcus by Goldman Sachs. So that's what's in tune for today's video. If you are brand new to the channel, I do make stock market, personal finance, real estate, and investment videos every single week, so consider subscribing. And if you haven't hit that notification bell, hit that bell to be notified every time I put out some new videos, which is every single week. And let's go ahead and get into it. So very first thing here is I created a spreadsheet where you can put in your initial deposit, whether you want to invest $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, however much you want to start within your certificate of deposit. It's going to be getting you a rate of return of 2.15% with no risk to you. So out there, if you're invested in some bonds and they give you a yield of 2.5%, but during the course of those 12 months, those 13 months, the bonds go down, while you're losing your equity and you're making yield, by the end of the year, you're flat for the year. Here, this is a no risk environment. You put in your deposit, you're not risk adverse. You're not going to lose equity. All you're going to be doing is making interest every single month over the course of 13 months. So here, if you deposit $1,000 at a rate of 2.15, you're going to be making $23.54 as the interest compounds there daily and monthly over the course of 13 months. If you put in $5,000, you're going to be making at a rate of 2.15% over the course of 13 months, you're going to be making $117.72. And if you deposit $10,000 into your CD, you're going to be making, by the 13th month, $235.44. So those are the returns. If you guys want a free Google spreadsheet here, this will be available in the description below and also in the comment section there if you guys want to have that. So in order to open an account, you can hit the open the account there. I have that button available, or the button highlighted at the top. But here are your options when opening a no penalty CD. 7-month 2.15, which is the same as their high yield savings account. Their 11-month 2.10, and 13-month 2.15. So I already have their high yield savings account making me a 2.05. Their 13-month makes a 2.15. That's a 0.1% difference. While it may not seem like much over the course of a year, that is an additional $10 or $20 or $30 or however much you have deposited in your CD account. So it makes more sense for me to go with 13-month. It's a no penalty. After the first 7 days, you are able to withdraw at no penalty. Plus, it's making me a higher yield than my high yield savings account. And at any time, if rates continue to rise and that high yield savings accounts does move and become higher than the CD, say 2.2%, I am able to pull my cash out of the CD because it no longer is going to get me the highest percentage yield, and I'm going to be able to move it into the high yield savings account at no penalty or no sort of risk to me. I'm not going to get fined or have cash removed from me. So once you've clicked open the account, you're going to select the no penalty CD. You have your available terms here, 7, 11, and 13 months. Again, I went with that 13-month, 2.15% annual percentage yield. Next, it's going to ask you for some personal info. Hit in your name, your birthday, social security, contact information, your employment status, are you full-time, what sort of field do you work in, and then do you want to have a joint account owner? If you're married, you have a spouse, you can select yes, add their information in then, and go ahead and click the box to agree to their privacy policy and continue. Next, it's going to ask you, if you are brand new to Marcus, it's going to ask you to enter a password, enter a secret word for you and your joint owner there. If you already have an account, log into your account and already be logged in, just open up that certificate of deposit account while you're active in there. It's going to ask you to sign the agreement for the no penalty CD. This is basically how it's going to be, you're giving them your consent in order to electronically move cash around and send you documents and such. So all you have to do is read through it, read and sign the e-sign agreement above. So go ahead and do that. Next, you're going to be given a couple agreements and disclosures. We have your privacy notice, which if you ever go to any sort of financial institution, is basically how they share your information with other institutions and credits and stuff. And then you have your deposit account agreement. This goes over their high yield savings, their CDs, and their no penalty CD accounts. Once you've read through these, you're going to go ahead and select you've read and signed and agreed to all the above statements. Now, some of the main highlights I pulled from that deposit account agreement was for their no penalty CDs that once, so here, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. You may not deposit additional funds once you have reached that minimum deposit of $500. So if you put in $500 initially, you can't put any more money than $500. If you put $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, once you put more than $5,000 or $500 in there, you cannot put additional funds. If you put in 100, 200, 300, you have until 30 days for that account to reach $500. Otherwise, if you don't reach that minimum account threshold, they may close your account and then push that money back out of your account. You have to at least deposit $500. So once you deposit $500, it's going to begin earning you that 2.15% annual percentage yield. Otherwise, here in your, it's a good idea to just have your, in my case, I already have cash sitting in my high yield savings account. It's making me a 2.05% rate. I'd rather get this 2.15% rate. So I just moved my entire balance of my high yield savings account into my no penalty CD. Also here, once you've deposited that $500, the interest rate and API is fixed for the term of your CD. Your interest begins to compound daily. As I said in my past video, as soon as you make that deposit into Marcus, it automatically puts it in there as the full amount, and you begin to earn that interest daily. And as it compounds, at the very end of the month, on the last date, you're going to get paid out your interest, and then it's going to be calculated into your balance for your statements given to you on the first of the next month. Here, your no penalty CD. Yeah, it's basically kind of going back over again. Once you've reached your threshold of $500, you cannot add additional deposit into it. So if you're going to be depositing 1,000, put in 1,000. If you're going to put in 5,000, put in 5,000, and so on. Down here towards the bottom, you are not permitted to withdraw a portion of your principal at any time prior to maturity, and may withdraw the entire principal amount prior to maturity. You may withdraw the entire principal amount prior to maturity, but you will be charged an early withdrawal penalty, except in the case of a no penalty CD. So after your first 7 days, as it states, they have it here in the agreement that you're not going to be getting charged any sort of early withdrawal penalty. You can just go ahead and withdraw your money after 7 days if you choose to. If they're offering a higher interest at that high yield savings account, you can move your money out of the no penalty CD at no penalty to you. So here, all you have to do in order to transfer your funds, if you have another account, so I had my JP Morgan account hooked up on here, and I also have my other high yield savings account that showed up on here. So all I did was select my savings account here and select my initial deposit. I went a little bit extravagant there and put in a 1 followed by just a few zeros there. And then once you go ahead and agree, you can go ahead and select continue. And it's going to fund your account. So here I have 2 accounts now with Marcus by Goldman Sachs. I have my savings account making me a 2.05% annual percentage yield, and I have my no penalty CD making me a 2.15% annual percentage yield. So by the end of 13 months, I'm going to be rocking slightly higher than I would be with that current rate of 2.05. And if at any time in the future that Marcus decides, you know what, we're going to go ahead and bump up our rates in December. If they bump up their rate to 2.2%, I will go ahead and move my cash at no penalty over to that high yield savings account, making that 2.2%. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Again, if you liked it, hit that thumbs up button below. Question for you guys: have you opened up your own high yield savings account? Are you interested in it? I have a video already on how to create that high yield savings account, and also, are you going to be looking at creating your own certificate deposit that is no penalty? Let me know in the comment section below. I always like to hear from you guys. And that is it for this video. If you guys, again, have liked it, give it a thumbs up button below. Share it with your friends. If you know anybody out there and, depositing their savings at these regular financial institutions, making them a 0.04, a 0.35, tell them about these high yield savings accounts. Share the information with them, because sharing is caring. So that is it for today's video. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.